Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead, and time for Fun Friday. So today we're going to make a healthy snack. Actually, I'm going to double this, and I'm going to make them into big muffins for breakfast. So, it's called Baked Blueberry Oatmeal Cups. And I wanted to tell you guys, I've lost 3 pounds this week, so I'm up to 31 pounds. So, I'm on my last pop. This was the last bit out of the 2-liter. I'm going to miss that. That's going to be the hardest thing for me to give up. Alright, so let's get the recipe started. And then we're going to finish up those, well, maybe finish up those fun packs from last week. Alright, so the first thing I need is 2 cups of mashed bananas. And I don't have any overly ripe ones, so we're just going to have to use what we got. Make do with what we have. And I've made something like this before, but not quite. Oh, and so I went to go pick up my insulin today, right? And it's still at the Meijer because they don't have any pens. So I have to call today after 3 to find out if the pens came in. And one of our other medications weren't in, so I'm thinking I'm going to call Sam's and see if they carry the medications that we need, and maybe see if it's cheaper over there, or if they have it more in. Because like all that stuff was supposed to be in yesterday. That's why I didn't go out there yesterday, and it didn't come in. So, you know, and it's like a good 8 miles from here, so I don't want to drive out there all the time if I don't have to. And gas prices, I don't go anywhere unless I have to. I spend enough taking the grandkids everywhere. Oh, and by the way, our Trader Joe's open today. So I'm hoping to take, the kids' daycare has she needs to be a little bit late on Monday. So I might actually take my grandkids over there. I promised AJ. Yes, Grandma will take you to the new store. So all you people that brag about Trader Joe's, I finally get to go see one. I'm so excited about that. I'm going to have to remember to order Tom more bananas too, because some of these were his. I wasn't going to double the recipe, and then I decided to go ahead and double it. Because it doesn't say how much it makes, nothing like that. And I just want to make sure that, yeah, that one more banana should do it. How boring is this? 3 minutes into the video and you're watching me smash bananas. I want to thank you guys for all the love and support of my journey right now. And I appreciate that. And anything that, you know, I think is going to happen or do whatever, I will always be upfront with you guys. You know, I don't go into lying or covering up or anything like that. That's just not who I am. Alrighty. Look at that. 2 exactly. Alright, let's throw these banana peels away before I slip on the counter with them. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Not really. Alright, so we're going to use 2 cups of the bananas. And for those of you that are gluten-free, this has no flour. Now we're going to use, remember I'm doubling everything, so I'll put the single recipe below. So I'm going to need 2 cups of old-fashioned oats, which that's not what I have. I have regular quick oats, so that's what we're using. I'm not much into ordering stuff that's just for one thing, because then I tend to not use it anyway, and so I don't want it to go to waste. I'm just not into that. So it says 1 egg, so we're going to put in 2. I made something like this a couple years ago, and it wasn't quite this, but it was pretty good. So I asked Tom, I said, well, would you eat those for breakfast? He's like, yeah. He loves blueberries, so anything blueberry he'll do usually. And there's 1 and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And we need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then we need a cup of blueberries. Now, I had a whole big bag. I've got several of them, actually. Some are over at Jack's. Of these blueberries. I think it's like 3 pounds or whatever. And so what I did is have Tom thaw them out. And then there's this much left. And I'll put them in quart bags. And I'll refreeze them. And then I use those for his parfaits that I make. So they get used up. Maybe not 1 bag at a time, but they do get used up. So let's stir all that together. I like that it uses the bananas instead of sugar, so it's a natural kind of sugar. And there's no flour in it. So for those of us that sometimes gluten bothers us, it won't, because there's no gluten in oatmeal. That's one thing I learned when I went gluten-free a couple years back. And I did really good at that, and I lost some weight. But Tom got really tired of not having pasta. So that's why I say that this journey I'm taking now, I'm not going to make drastic changes. It will be things that I know that count. Like, you know, breads and, you know, things like that that I need to cut out. My pop, candy, you know, things like that. I just got Tom's sugar thing in the mail just a few minutes ago. And I'm sure he'll get a call too. I'm almost positive. His is nowhere near as high as mine. Mine's actually pretty bad. But then Tom is more active than me. You know, like he works 6 days a week and he does all kinds of stuff. So exercise really does make a big difference as well. So I'm going to try my scoop here. I do have another pan. And they say it doesn't expand very much. So, which I'm sure it doesn't because, you know, there's no flour and all that stuff in there. So I might have to get out my other pan here. Maybe I'll make more than 6. Maybe not. Who knows? Then I clumped and made a mess. You guys do that too? I do that all the time. It's ridiculous that I'm so messy. Yep, I'm going to need my other pan too. Excuse me. I think I'll only need a couple. I'm so excited about Sunday's breakfast, you guys. I'm going to make something I've never made before. It's nothing big, but I'm pretty excited about it. And whenever we can make things of our own, you know what I mean? I think that's a good thing. You know what, you guys? I'm going to do this for 1 muffin. Isn't that crazy? Yep, I'm going to do it for 1 muffin. It'll just be a full muffin, right? Alright. So we're going to get these put in the oven. I could have put it in that one that wasn't as full. But I didn't notice that till now. That's okay. Alright. So now, those cook for, on 425, it says bake for 5 minutes. And then to decrease it to 375 for 12 minutes. Alright. So let me get the 5 minutes done so we're not interrupted real quick, and then I'll be right back. I multitasked while I was done. I got the blueberries put in the quart bags, and I got my dishes done. I love multitasking. So anyways, let's get more to these fun facts. And I have not read them. I've let them sit on my toaster so that I would have them. So, because I guess you guys like my reactions when they're really stupid. All right. The green code in the Matrix was actually created from symbols in a code designer's wife's sushi cookbook. So, okay. I've never watched The Matrix, but they've made billions probably off that movie. And it was all from a sushi cookbook. Okay. Anyways, the wedding of Princess Diana and Prince Charles was watched by 750 million people worldwide in 1981. Sadly, 2.5 billion people watched her funeral in 1997. That was really sad. With 3.572 billion viewers, half of the world's population watched the 2018 FIFA World Cup of Soccer, or football as merry international fans call it, which is held every 4 years. That number is on par with the 2016 Summer Olympics, but only a quarter of the world watched the less popular winter sports in 2018. I don't watch the Olympics. Truth or dare questions. I'm scared to read this one. There's no muscles in your fingers. Their function is controlled by muscles in your palms and your arms. I did not know that. I thought this was all like muscle. Okay. The hardest working, I did know this one. The hardest working muscle in your body is your heart. It pumps more than 2,000 gallons of blood a day and beats more than 2.5 billion times in a 70-year lifespan. If you think about that, 2.5 billion times if you live to 70. That's a pretty hard-worked muscle. All right, it is impossible to hum while holding your nose. Just try it. You can't. I love it. The skin is the body's largest organ. I didn't realize it was an organ. The Earth's circumference is 24,900 miles. That doesn't seem right. All right, questions to ask a guy. All of the adult human blood vessels, if laid out end to end, would be about 100,000 miles, so they could encircle the Earth 4 times. Wow, that's pretty cool. According to recent research, the human nose can distinguish at least 1 trillion different odors. 1 trillion different odors. As long as they're good odors, I guess I'd be all right. The longest fingernails ever were over 42 feet in total and belonged to American Diana Armstrong. Recognized as a new record holder in March of 22. The previous record was American Lee Redmond with the fingernails of 28 feet in total. So, if you notice, like this is long for my nails. I keep them short. I can see where people can do something, but okay, let me get personal. How do you wipe your butt? Just asking. Okay. The origin of the word sinister reflects a historical bias against left-handed people. That's my sister. It comes from Latin word for left, which was also seen as unlucky or evil. I knew it. I knew it. There is not one letter Q in any U.S. state name. The only letter in the alphabet to be missing, J and Z, are represented only once in New Jersey and Arizona. The word strengths is the longest word in the English language with only 1 vowel. Strengths. That's the name, strengths. Cartoonist Mort Walker created Beetle Bailey. I'm sure most of us are old enough to remember that. Came up with the names for the things we often see in comics and cartoons. Briffit, B-R-I-F-F-I-T. It's the dust cloud a character makes when he runs away quickly. Plewds, P-L-E-W-S-D-S, are the beads of sweat when a character is under duress. And grawlix, G-R-A-W-L-I-X, are symbols such as, the @ sign or whatever, that stands for curse words. So they have technical words for that stuff. That's... Anyways. A mashup of two words to make a new word, such as breakfast and lunch into brunch, or motel, motor, and hotel, is called, I have no idea, P-O-R-T-M-A-N-T-E-A-U. Portmanteau? Okay. In case you're wondering, the word portmanteau itself is not portmanteau. It is a compound word that refers to dual-sided suitcase. Who has time to come up with all that crap? I'm just saying. All right. The dog ate John Steinham's homework. Literally. The author's pup chewed up an early version of Mice and Men, which is actually one of... I don't like to read, but that is one of the books I read in high school, and I loved it, and I cried. It was just terrible. And then when the movie came out, I cried even worse. I was pretty mad at... But the poor fellow may have been acting critically, he wrote. Among lost works, the story might be even worse. Ernest Hemingway's first wife, Hadley, left a suitcase full of the author's writing on a train. When she went back to get it, it was gone. I had never seen anyone hurt by a thing other than death or unbearable suffering, except for Hadley when she told me about the things being gone. Hemingway wrote in A Movable Feast. These are all broke down like in little different sections. Riddles and Answers. The original title of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice was First Impressions. I don't think that would have been a good title. I'm just saying. Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein when she was 18 during a ghost story competition which staying in Switzerland with writers Percy Shelley, her lover, and Lord Byron. That wasn't funny. German chocolate cake doesn't come from Germany. It was named for a person, Sam German, who created the type of baking chocolate for bakers in 1852. I did not know that. That was my dad's favorite cake, and that's actually Bobby's favorite cake. I like the frosting that goes on it, personally. Anyways, Hawaiian pizza was created in Ontario. There goes for my Canadian friends. Canada by Greek immigrant Sam Panopoulos in 1962. Pineapple belongs on pizza. Just saying. Almost all commercially grown artichokes, 99.9%, come from California. One town in particular, Castroville, which is named the artichoke capital of the world. Let me check my stuff here. Hold on. You know, where I'm from originally, in Vesterberg, it's considered Silo City, USA. And right down the road, we have the potato capital. Oh, you guys, I think these might be done. I assume they would be just like anything else. You want it to come out clean. That was like 12 minutes exactly. Alrighty, let's turn the oven off. I don't need to give consumers more of my money than what I have to. So we're going to let them cool for just a minute. Alright. The different colors of Fruit Loops cereal all taste the same. They are not individual flavors. You know, we read that before. But I've had Fruit Loops. Doesn't it taste different to you? So maybe it's just a mind trick. I tell Jack that all the time. He's like, I don't like this or that. And I said, a lot of times that's your head telling you you don't like it. What's inside a Kit Kat? Broken Kit Kats are damaged during production. They get around up and go between the wafers inside, along with cocoa and sugar. That's a way not to let anything go to waste. So it's broken up candy. Pound cake got its name because the original recipe required a pound of butter, flour, and eggs. That's a lot of cake, but it was meant to last for a long time. The difference between jam and jelly is jam is made with mashed up fruit while jelly is made with fruit juice. I had to explain that to my son the other day. And he's like, can we get rid of all the seeds? And you guys, when I did the little ones for him, I put my pan and I put a strainer and I, did this. And with those mulberries, I think a juicer is the only way that you could get all those seeds out because you didn't have much juice actually come out. So you need something to kind of push down on it more. Yeah, but I did get some seeds out of it. Preserves are like jam, but made with a whole fruit. Marmalade is a preserve made from citrus fruit. Flaming Hot Cheetos were developed by a janitor at Frito-Lay, Richard Montanez, who got the idea of putting chili powder on some rejected Cheetos, then pitched it to the CEO. He's now a successful executive and motivational speaker, and a movie is in the works about his life. I did watch the movie. It is amazing. You guys will have to look it up on whatever for movies. It was an amazing movie, and it really sincerely pulled a lot of poor people out of the, and brought them up. And how he did it was amazing. You guys, with that and ingenuity, I could see why, I won't give too much away, but in the end, he was I thought he was getting fired. You know what I mean? He thought he was getting fired. And they took him up to the executive office. And that just made me cry because that man worked so hard. If you see during the whole movie what he did to make it a success, you guys, he busted his tail. It's a good movie. Coca-Cola actually sells soup in a can. Bistrone is a nourishing meal on the go, available in 2 flavors in Japan. I did not know that. All right, so that's quite a few. We still have from 63 to 101. So I think we have some for next week too. All right, so let me get a plate here. Ha ha ha. It's going to be hot, but it's going to be exciting. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's going to be a breakfast. Look at that heat coming off there. Oh, look at that blueberry. Every time I eat blueberries, I think about my grandma. She used to take us every year to go blueberry hunting, or blueberry picking, whatever you want to call it. And I can remember the big cannons going off so that it would scare all the birds away. So every time I eat a blueberry, I think about my grandma. Isn't it weird how certain things just bring your memory back to something that's really good? I'm scared. It's hot. Mmm. 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 That is good. Take a second bite just to make sure. And it's so moist. Look at that. I just had an idea too. Oh my gosh. Mmm. And it's healthy. The only thing I would do differently to that, I might add just a little bit more vanilla. And cinnamon would be incredible in that. Oh, maybe a teaspoon of cinnamon. Oh my gosh, it would be so good. And cinnamon's really good for you too. So I was just thinking, cinnamon is healthy for you. And that would be a great addition. The bananas make it sweet, but not too sweet. It's pretty good. So give that a try. I have a video that I'm going to do right after this. It's on a review. And Tom's going to do one tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow or Sunday. But the one I'm going to do today is for kids. And I'm so excited. You know, they send us all these requests. Like, we get, you know, like, in a week, probably I get 25 or 30 requests, you know, to do a review for their things. And I would say only maybe an eighth of them ever actually you say, yes, I'm interested. And then very few actually get back with you. Because I think what they do is send out mass emails. And then they just take the first few and that's it. So, but this one, because I've told a couple that, you know, when I've demoed the toys or whatever, like, I have a shark. But shh, don't tell AJ. All I had to do was write a review. I didn't have to do a video for it. It is remote controlled. He and Tom love sharks. And it has, like, breaking things here. And it slithers. And you make it go however you want it to do. He is going to love it for Christmas. So I tell them, any toys that were within their age group, I will always review because, hello, Christmas is expensive. So what I'm going to be reviewing after this is going to be for Emmy, and I think he's going to love it. So I do want to thank you guys again for all the support. You guys are incredible, amazing, the best group out there. And I'm going to have that muffin for lunch. But anyway, it's really good. I do appreciate all the prayers yesterday and, you know, you guys being in my corner, and I feel so much more secure that I can do this because, honestly, I've had doom and gloom on my heart for the last month, thinking that I'm going to die. And, you know, after I talked to my doctor, you guys, instant panic attack, because when they say to you, you know, you could get dizzy and your heart could just stop and you die. That's very scary. And after doing the video yesterday, it was like this dark cloud went off my shoulders. And I'm like, you know what? I want to be here for my family. I want to be here for me. I want to be here for my channel. And there's a lot of people there that are pulling for you. And you can do this. And then when I got on the scales today and I was 3 pounds lighter than last week, I'm like, I got this. I know 31 pounds isn't a whole lot, but you know what? It's something. And, you know, once I get exercise in there, get rid of my ruby red squirt, I'm going to miss you. Anyways, I've never, other than Coke, I've never loved a pop so much. But anyways, so, you know, you guys really, really made me feel yesterday like I got this. And I can do this. And I was actually going to give myself a shot today to try it. Because I'm not into self-inflicted pain. Not into it. But I almost did it, but then they didn't have the needles, so. But you guys really encourage me, and you help me build as a person, as a woman, as a cook, as a friend, you know, as everything. And I want you guys to know how important you guys are to me. And I really do mean it when I say I love you. Because you guys are really, really such an inspiration and such an encouragement. And I truly love you guys for that. I call you my friends, my family, whatever it is. But you guys are amazing. That wasn't very much of a fun Friday, was it? Sorry. But I want you guys to know how much you mean to me. And I'm pretty excited that things are going to be all right. So you guys have a blessed day. Be a blessing. And I hope you enjoyed those. Let me know if you didn't. We'll cut that list out. All right. You guys have a great day. And I'll see you back for the review. And then for dinner, which is going to be good. I love you guys. Have a blessed day.